还是交给警察们的，可能我说的西路呢，说的也到的路为梦知道，也到西路可能过海过海，说的这么那个。
เรายึดถือเสมอว่าท่านในพลวังเปาเป็นบุคคลสำคัญบุคคลหนึ่งที่มีส่วนร่วมในการรักษาเสรีภาพและเอกราชและก็ระบอบประชาธิปไตยของประเทศไทยมาจนตราบจนทุกวันนี้
He wants peace and respect among people, and he wants the Hmong to do as well as they possibly can, get educated, and live as Americans, respecting one another. Tell your children what a great man he was, and remember him.
ขอให้ชาวมงระลึกถึงท่านในพลวังเปาว่าเป็นพ่อคนหนึ่งของชาวมงเป็นผู้ที่ให้กำเนิดชาวมงมีความเจริญสมบูรณ์นะเป็นผู้ให้ปัญญาชาวมงและเป็นผู้ทำให้ชาวมงมีความสามัคคีนี่ขอให้จำไว้นะจะเรียกเป็นพ่อของชาวมงก็พ่อน่าจะได้ท่านรักพี่น้องชาวมงนะเป็นบุคคลตัวอย่าง
The Honorable Pratnya Nora Pramukh, General Vang Pao. With the approval of the San Joaquin County Fairgrounds Board of Directors, Lao Family Community Empowerment Inc. and the Central Valley Hmong community is committed to build a monument honoring the late Hmong leader, General Vang Pao, inside the San Joaquin County Fairgrounds in Stockton, Central California. This monument is a dedication to General Vang Pao's leadership, legacy, and contributions. The monument will feature a statue of General Vang Pao, surrounded by 4 soldiers who guarded him. This project is a joint effort of the Hmong community, the Lao Family Community Empowerment Inc., and the San Joaquin County Fairgrounds, and it will be managed by the Central California GVP Monument Project Committee. The overall projection cost for this project is estimated at $250,000. The Honorable Pratnya Nora Pramukh, General Vang Pao, was the father of the Hmong people. His extraordinary journey changed the destiny of the Hmong people. His legendary deeds will continue to inspire his Hmong people for generations to come. He was a successful Hmong French ally. He was a legendary Hmong Laotian general. He was a loyal Hmong American war hero and citizen. But in his most unique role, he was the one and only leader of the Hmong people after their beloved country of Laos fell to communism and they were scattered to 4 corners of the world. His whole life was guided by his pride and belief, and to ensure a safety home for his Hmong people and lead them to a brighter future. In 1945, Laos was a French colony caught up in the trouble of World War II. Germany was occupying France, and its Japanese allies sent troops to Laos to secure the territory. The French army asked for the Hmong people help to keep them safe. He was then a young 14 years old who dreamed of a better life, and he welcomed the opportunity to work as a messenger and an interpreter for the French. In 1954, Ho Chi Minh also emerged as a communist political force in Vietnam.
As divided, as long as our compatriots continue to suffer, I can neither sleep well nor eat with any appetite.
He ordered a massive attack on Dien Bien Phu. Vang Pao was selected to command a mixed unit of Hmong, Mien, Khmer, and Lao troops to support Dien Bien Phu. After the defeat of the French by Viet Minh in 1954, the Geneva Accord of 1954 were signed and granted independence to the newly formed and neutral kingdoms of Laos. From the beginning, Laos struggled to maintain its neutrality and its democratic nation.
The Geneva Conference of 1954 had guaranteed the neutrality of Cambodia and Laos, but neither country could prevent the war in neighboring Vietnam from spilling across its borders. The neutralist government in Laos included members of the pro-communist Pathet Lao. The Pathet Lao were supported by the North Vietnamese, who moved supplies through eastern Laos to the Viet Cong fighting in South Vietnam. The United States backed the anti-communist forces in Laos.
Here now is the Chief Executive.
My fellow Americans, Laos is far away from America, but the world is small. Its 2 million people live in a country 3 times the size of Austria. The security of all Southeast Asia will be endangered if Laos loses its neutral independence. Its own safety runs with the safety of us all, in real neutrality, observed by all. All we want in Laos is peace, not war.
Due to its strategic importance, Laos became a microcosm of the Cold War between left and right-wing ideologies. In view of the domino theory, the U.S. government designated Laos a buffer state, meant to stem the advance of communism. That's why the U.S. paid 100% of the Laotian military budget. However, in order to justify intervention, the U.S. sought to destabilize Laos and supported competing political factions. The parliament was divided into 3 factions. Pro-American conservatives and neutralists, both supplied with American weapons, and their adversaries, the communist Pathet Lao, who were equipped with Soviet weapons.
By 1963, President John F. Kennedy had dispatched more than 300 CIA agents into Laos.
Yet American spending was 10 times bigger than the Laotian national budget.
We provided the logistics, the air support, transport, the communications, ammunition, weaponry, and so forth.
In March 1964, 5 months before the first American bombing raid on North Vietnam, the United States organized a secret bombing campaign in Laos. Using unmarked planes, they mainly attacked the Ho Chi Minh Trail, the increasingly important communist supply route from North to South Vietnam. The air war intensified, hitting Laotian villages and driving 1 million peasants from their homes. For 8 years, Laos was the most bombed country in the world. The Pathet Lao forces grew. Equipped with heavier weapons by the North Vietnamese, their guerrillas began to fight in battalion-sized units against their principal enemy, the Hmong.
While the North Vietnamese forces grew from 7 to 70,000, these tribal forces up in the country that were supported by CIA, not the Royal Lao Army, which stayed right down in the comfortable valley and almost never heard a shot fired in anger, but the forces supported by CIA held that increased force off for about 10 years. Now, I think that's a pretty good record.
Laos was just a small landlocked country with little natural resources of economic interest. However, it was strategically situated in between Thailand and Vietnam, themselves smaller player backed by the great power of the Cold War, respectively French, the US, and China and Russia.
Despite early optimism, Laos was still divided, and as the war in neighboring Vietnam escalated, the fragile coalition fell apart.
On January 4th of 1961, Captain Belair came to meet Lieutenant Colonel Vang Pao in Laos. His Hmong secret army started with the authorization to arm and train up to 1,000 Hmong. Air America dropped weapons to the first 300 trainees at Ba Dong, a mountaintop base south of the Plain of Jars. They were taught to use those weapons and in basic ambush tactics. Soon, Colonel Vang Pao's base established his headquarters in Long Cheng. It was a secret CIA base. By 1963, the Hmong troops increased to 20,000 strong. The CIA, along with the Navy and Air Force, gave them the official ally name, and they became known as Special Guerrilla Unit, or SGU. General Vang Pao was successfully defended his Laotians and Hmong people, his countries of Laos,
to putting together the forces on the ground that the United States would support in order to fight the war.
And freedom and democracy for the rest of the war for 15 years. During that time, his troops helped save countless American lives and delayed the advance of communism for nearly 2 decades. He was promoted to a 2-star general in 1962 and became commander of Military Region 2, one of the 5 military regions of the Kingdoms of Laos. After the fall of Saigon in 1975, the U.S. also quickly pulled off of Laos. As always said in military service war, the leader goes first in fight and pull out last at loss. General Vang Pao asked to have his officer and their family airlifted to safety in Thailand first and then took the last airplane.
Voluntary agency in Bangkok remembers those times.
It became clear very early that the officials in Laos regarded the Hmong as threats, and there is evidence of severe sustained attacks, artillery and troops, reports of chemicals of some sort, poison chemicals being used against the Hmong. Those refugees that I've spoken with describe having lived in fear of their lives and living in the jungle for months and years, eating literally roots and leaves to keep alive, and making an arduous trek which lasts weeks or more to get to the Mekong River and cross to Thailand.
However, General Vang Pao could not forget all of his soldiers and their family who were left behind on the front lines. He relentlessly educated and advised Washington and gaining congressional approval to resettle Laotians and Hmong refugees into the U.S. More than 100,000 Hmong refugees from Laos found a new home here in America, and more went to other countries such as France, Australia, Canada, and Germany.
Please write to us.
How many people in the family? 9? That's not very much for 9 people, is it? Everything they own. Put it in 5 bags. Now this for the necklace? Okay. This is the whole dining room set. Dining room set. Just the tables. I really feel sorry. I would hate to be in the same position. Coming into a strange country, not speaking the language. You know, what we see here, that's their whole, what you see is what they have.
In time of peace, General Vang Pao found a new calling. As he stayed close to his Laotians and Hmong people, he founded the first Hmong Lao non-profit organization, Lao Family Community in Orange County, California, which branches out to provide social services to most Hmong communities anywhere they might be. Like a true soldier and devoted leader, General Vang Pao worked for his Lao Hmong people until his last breath and his last step. General Vang Pao devoted his entire life to his Laotian nation and to his Hmong people in his life. His last wishes would have been for the Laotians and Hmong people remain strong, to love one another, to work together, to continue to work hard and prosper.
Mẹ chúng đời lớn, thế chúng cho tay tí đã không nhớ cả mùa trời, thế chúng kia cần một phát tana lớn, lương lùng ở lùng điền, lương và lương chế, lương liệt tê ở cái trời, chia tù là cái đùa, là cái chiều tinh ngẫu, thì mình đã trừ, lúc tí chiều là luồng cần đời khả niệm là, thì chúng ta thật bảo.
And to raise future generation who will carry on the proud heritage of the Laotians and the Hmong.
đua cũ là do chủ mới tồn tại lý tụ tu sợ là cho cũ là hô lử một thời gian tận đi cả rong đua cũ cho là trâu chọc lâu trồng nào thế giờ mong nên của cũ cho ta tí khó đi nữa cũ chỉ ta thì ở sân này ở tàu ở sân ta ở tàu ở chứ cũ chỉ ta đồ thì nhẹ cho mong là cũ đi chỉ bao thì tổ cái đây chia lâu là tổ cái lia giờ chia lâu là tổ cái ở đại giờ chia lâu cũ đi chỉ bao con đời nhẹ cho ta mong nhớ để ta mong.
Although he is gone, his legacy is strong and firmly anchored in all those who knew him or will know him. Whichever new mountain they climb, whichever new cloud they fly to, it will come to be because he made the first step, starting the journey, and he mastered the first wind lifting his people up into the never-ending sky. May he rest in peace in the great beyond, and may he always watch over us from above. Pratnya Nora Pramok, General Vang Pao.
Rồi nó cho mong yêu sao lý cha tình chia tu tư lo dễ muộn trong cho mà lấy bao giờ tia pe mong cho ta li nó khu si yêu lo wa po khu si mong tu thế cho sa coi như lo và bỏ chỉ cho ta tua mong vì do chỉ mua tu tha mong vì do chỉ mua tu cho thì nhỏ chỉ một cha nhỏ chỉ một chữ nghe cho khó từ lần du lần tia chỉ tao chơi nhau rồi nó điều mong chẳng chỉ chiếc lưu rồi nó điều mong chẳng chỉ xa xa lưu của một cha yuan từ ta lo xa cho như lo và bỏ tê lưu hay khu gì lo và bỏ khu gì mong tu thế cho khu gì mong lưu hư chỉ hầu nhau lòng trái giờ tia lo và bỏ chỉ sợ cho lo lời to bé mong chọn trong liên tế lúc hai buồn để yêu tua nữ tao hay chơi cho bé sợ đời có bé nhỏ có bé ship lưu chọn trong hay tia yêu lo và bỏ để cho bé tua có bé cơ ta cần chế